What's going on, guys? I'm going to try and kind of fly through this one today just because I'm not feeling well. But I'm still going to give you guys all the same stuff. We'll start from maybe a bit higher time frame than the weekly. Let's jump over to the monthly first, and then we'll slowly work our way down. If that. This. Hope everyone's weekend has gone well. Mine's been pretty good, if anyone's wondering. All right, just why I wanted to start from the monthly. Okay, might even have a look at the 3 month. But all right, we've got this swing low, swing high. Let me just, confirm. Yeah, so it's this low to this high. Again, we have this discount range here. We have this balance price range in here. Yeah, all right. Discount BPR, which is balance price range. And then we have that portion above the top 50%, which is inefficient, which is a discount BISI, which is buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Remember, it's just a bullish fair value gap. Again, now here we have this premium unfilled BISI, same thing. Up in this range, all right, just let's take a look here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 candles worth of consolidation and our first expansion month, right? Again, we're still in this month. We have, let me just take a look. We have 9 days left. 9 days and 9 hours to this candle closes. And we also have 9 days. Oh, interesting. It's not on here. But the 3 monthly time frame, we have 9 days until that candle closes too. So in anticipation of that higher time frame candle closing, I almost expect us to come off the high a little bit. Again, I still want to see us trade down into this discount here. Let me get rid of that. I still want to see us trade into this discount at some point in time. It doesn't have to be right away. But yeah, just in this last maybe week or so, I almost expect us to come off the high. Come off the low just a little bit. All right, let's dive straight into it. So let's see what the weekly is saying. So just first of all, things that I'm kind of noticing is this wick over here. Why? Just from where price is trading around right now. And again, we have these discount imbalances over here. I'm not going to pay too attention just because of how far away we actually are. Let me do these ones. Interesting why it's not showing up. Yeah, we're very far away from those two ranges, or the discount of this range. All right, so now on the weekly time frame, what do we know? Again, this is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. The same thing, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? In terms of weekly time frame SMTs, we have one off this low. Do I think that it'll hold? Probably not. Weekly bullish SMT. Again, we had an SMT from this low as well at some point, which again did not hold. Just what can we notice here? We have this big new week opening gap, pretty prominent. Might end up marking that out with a line. This is just a weekly wick. Apologies. All right. Now just taking a look on the weekly time frame for SMTs. Again, the only SMT we actually have is this one right here. So none across these highs. All right, and what is pretty prominent now, which again occurred last week, was this fair value gap got inversed, and this is a clean low resistance liquidity run down into this premium unfilled fair value gap here. All right, so why is that important? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had what, 5 weeks or 5 months, 4 months, or 3 months of 4 months of consolidation, 1 month of expansion, this being that expansion month. I would almost expect us to now almost continue that delivery for this week. Maybe open high, put in some form of high, maybe even in the inversion, and then look to expand throughout the end of the week, trading into this fair value gap here, and then looking to come off the high a little bit with maybe some form of profile like that. If you can kind of start to gauge how I'm putting that together, that would be really nice. And I would just going to take a quick look. Actually, I'll look over here. Take a quick look at the daily if that makes sense. So yeah, we have this not fair value gap. We have this high here. I'd almost want to see us open high inside there, take that, and then distribute lower. But all right, so prior week closed as a bearish expansion candle. So we opened, put in a high, we closed low, traded into that wick, and didn't necessarily close over this candle. But what is important, which I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, is that we're probably going to be truly bearish with speed and distance only once we take that range there and close over it cleanly with a candle, which we've now done. Now on ES, it's even cleaner. So ES closed like down here or something, or just inside this wick, but well over that candle there. It looks something like that. Closed over there. But yeah, okay, so why is that important? We can almost assume next week that previous week low is going to be the draw on liquidity anyway. So we can write that as our higher time frame draw on liquidity. Apologies for the sniffles, like I'm doing my best out here. Previous week high, I'll write it down, but for me it's not going to pay as much value. Again, this new week opening gap is pretty prominent. We could get some form of open high inside there, distribute lower. Yeah, let's just drop down timeframes now. See if that's confirming. So far our monthly says that we should almost continue a bit lower. This is low resistance liquidity. We've swept all of that. We're still currently heavy. Heavy just means that we're like down close candling, which you guys can see on the weekly. So that displays our heaviness. Now let's see lower time frame. The daily time frame, let's do our accumulation, manipulation, distribution projections. So that there and this here both align that we should potentially have some form of retracement. Now, like I was saying, this almost looks like displacement, low risk, first stage reaccumulation. Second stage, speed and distance. Again, this is all the reaccumulation. What did we do? We traded into premium of this swing, put in that weekly SMT, that being our extreme premium. Smart money entered anywhere above those highs there. So if we know that smart money's entered here, yes, they have gotten out here. But do they want to drive price even lower? What are your guys' thoughts? If retail think, oh, I'm going to panic sell right now, and smart money have entered up here, panic selling is only going to drive the price low. So you guys can start to frame that. Again, we've distributed to one standard deviation. The likelihood for some form of retracement makes total sense. The other potential low probability, in my opinion, because we have this weekly SMT, this could be the low of the month or 3 month. And now we could look to almost like start to flip sides of the curve. Let me even do this slightly cleaner. Now we might even, for this next week, accumulate, start to distribute higher, come back down to the accumulation range, go take some form of highs, smart money reversal off this high, and then come off the low again with like an even higher time frame accumulation, manipulation, distribution. There's potential. Personally, I want to see something like that, like speed and distance through that range, straight in here. Then we can start to do these ones, and then once we've done enough of that, we can then continue into discount. That's the sort of profile I want to see. This to me looks like original consolidation, displacement, low risk. We'll get some reaccumulation at some point, but yeah. So if we know that there's only an SMT on the weekly time frame up here, all right, let's see where the most recent daily one is, and we can start to gauge. Now, in my opinion, this high gets taken. Why does this high get taken? All right, on ES, we have a fair value gap right here. This is going to be a perfect place for us to open either low, high, close, or open, high, come down, and then look to distribute lower. Now, if you've been watching my previous video or videos, you would know that so far my exact biases have been right. Market wants to go lower, so what do? We gap lower around here. Once we gap lower, what happens? people will have entered for shorts. So what does smart money do? They drive price higher initially. Once that's occurred, then what happens? Oh, people start FOMO buying. That's now the opposing contracts for smart money to enter short. All right, it's happened every single week. New week opening gap here. What do? Drive price higher, run it lower. New week opening gap right here. What do? Drive price higher, run it lower. It's very simple. It's human psychology. Drive price higher, go stop everyone out. Drive price higher, go stop everyone out. And what's that doing at the same time? Ensuring efficient delivery of price so that everyone within this range orders have been filled. Why? Because we have an inefficiency here. So what do we do in the inefficiency? We chop. In the inefficiency, we chop. We fill the orders. What do wicks mean? Balanced price ranges, right? You guys need to start to put all the pieces together. Now that you have my narrative or continuation narrative, that's pretty much going to do it. I'm sure the 4 hour says the same thing. Yeah, we have this imbalance here. We also have this unfilled up here. We have that up there. It just looks clean, very clean. We have relative equal highs. There is potential now we come off the high. This also looks like original consolidation, displacement low risk first reaccumulation. Second stage, all we really need is some form of smart money reversal or hear me out, because this is second stage, we have some form of gap lower and then continuation lower, and then we reversal inside of this PD array here, inside of 2 standard deviation, inside of the low resistance liquidity run. All right. The 1 hour says the same. We have inverse this PD array here. I'd want to see how we react in the first 2 hours off of this. If we inverse this in the first 2 hours, Asia session will drill us up to this FEG here, which was that 4 hourly. If the 4 hourly gets inversed, London session will drill us up into here, prominent reversal, or even the whole day will expand up into that range, just purely based on this hourly inversion down here. This looks like an original consolidation, displacement low risk first reaccumulate, second reaccumulate, smart money reversal. That's also aligning with relative equal highs here. That is also in alignment with our daily time frame narrative where we drill higher like that, take the original consolidation highs here and here, and then we distribute lower. That is very clean. If that plays out, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like, to be honest, one of the cleanest narratives I've seen visually depicted for me without me having to just do any of the work. Again, original consolidation. This was an original consolidation got taken. This one was an original consolidation got taken. These two are an original consolidation which haven't been taken. This one is just a low risk of some form. All right. I'm going to call it there. Genuinely dying. I hope this has helped. Again, go study your market maker models, your AMD, your power of 3. My monthly belief system, where I want to see us come off the low a bit, comes from the PO3. We've opened here. Let me mark out these levels so that you can understand what I'm talking about so far, if you're new here or new to ICT. All right, it's a bit confusing. 166, 456, 217. 217, 66 there. So here is price open. We accumulate, we open high, put in some form of daily SMT off this high, distribute lower. We now put in a low, we've come off the low. Everybody get that? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, reaccumulation. Then we can start the next candle. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, so on, so on, so on. All right. I hope that has helped you guys. Yeah, we'll call it there. Everybody have a good night. Best of luck in your week of trading. God bless. Peace. Like and subscribe.